Do you guys need a clap? I can do a leg clap, I swear to God.
No, you did it with your hand. I ain't a philosopher or nothing like that. If you don't grind, you don't shine. Now let's get into this show. Man, that tastes good. I'm Boss, and this is Boss Moves, where we go to work with those putting in work. Today, we got global creative sensation who took her iPhone and turned it into a global stage. Hannah Stuckey!
My name is my name.
You gotta love that energy.
I got that boss muscles.
Got that, hey, you got those muscles. High five to those. You know what I mean? You know, this whole show is about boss moves, making boss moves in your life. You study science, you know, chemistry.
Yeah.
You're, you know, volleyball athlete.
Wow, you did your research.
A little bit. You know, we have some mutual friends. But tell me a little bit about your foundation. Like, where did all this come from?
Even though I create like silly videos, I treat it like I'm an athlete. I'm going to work, I'm being on time, I'm never giving up, I'm being consistent.
Yeah.
I don't really take days off because
Yeah.
I post every 2 days no matter what. And if I'm not posting, I'm producing or I'm creating the content or I'm doing other, not so much boss moves, I'm still getting there. Amateur, but maybe a little like in between there.
Well, I see those as boss moves. I mean, just the idea of regimen, right? A lot of people lack regimen. Like you said right away, look, I do 2 videos every 2 days. That's important. A lot of people don't understand consistency. So science, people see you as this funny, quirky, all the time playing, but to study science is very, very deep. How does that play a role in kind of this chapter of your life?
I mean, I started making videos maybe like 13 years ago, and I feel like everybody that I started with, maybe 2% of everyone I started with is still with me creating videos. And I kind of correlate that with my science background because I study the algorithm and I study all of the different platforms and what performs better, why did this video on my page perform better than this? And I'm also researching other people's content too, obviously not taking it, but what makes this go viral? And I think I just imply my studies in that.
So when you're making a video to your audience, like what are you studying about what they like or don't like from one video to the next that creates that viral moment?
I think just like views and also what performs on your page. So I'm looking at everything, not just views. I'm looking at likes, comments, especially shares.
Okay.
There's also insights on every post and just the difference. So say like one video I did the other day got only, I don't know, couple thousand shares, but why did this one get 1.5 million shares? You get me? So that's kind of how I determine it.
Does it affect you and your mood or what you think?
So I think that's like where the student athlete comes in, where, you know, you'd have a bad practice or a bad game and it was just water off the duck's back and you had to just come back the next day and perform and have that be motivation to do better the next video.
Look, I remember you going viral on Vine. How did that shift when Vine kind of slowly went away and you had to pivot?
A lot of it was delusion because that was about 13 years ago when creating short form content wasn't very lucrative. And I was actually in the middle of studying for MCATs to be a doctor. But, you know, Vine was 6.4 seconds. And then, you know, when that kind of went away, Instagram had just released videos, which was only 15 seconds. And so I think like a lot of the peers that I started with, we all just migrated together. And honestly, it was more of a hobby than it was of like creating a career off of it.
Yeah.
It was just for fun.
That's amazing. Well, look, we're about to go and do this segment where I call it, Can You Keep Up? Can you keep up with me while we have a conversation? So we're going to some iso hold, front squats. I'm gonna see if you can have a conversation with me. I'm gonna give you a lighter weight than I am, but we're gonna do it. Stand up.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I know that's difficult for you. All right. So let's go down. Dominican State University. You were studying what?
Biology and chemistry and embryonic stem cell research.
Okay, got it. And what do you want to down? You wanted to become a doctor, and what kind of doctor?
I was gonna wait to go on my rounds, but at the time a dermatologist or anesthesiologist.
Okay, down. And how does that affect today?
I think it's deeply ingrained in me. I like to study a lot.
Okay, got it. And do you feel, because you're studying social media now
Yeah.
versus
medicine.
Correct.
Good. How do you feel? Is it burning?
It's my gerbil arms.
Okay, you'll be okay. Down. You see how strong I am?
Yeah, your arms are.
Yeah, no, my legs.
Oh.
Admirable, right? No, don't do that.
Wait, I thought that's
Come
what
on.
you were doing.
No, I wasn't doing that.
How many more?
Maybe one more.
Okay.
Can you keep up? All right, cool. All right, down. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Drop it. Can't break it.
How does that look?
We got to do a lot.
You guys see a shadow right here?
Got to do a little bit more work. How you feel?
I'm fine.
Thinking.
So I look fine, right?
You look great.
This is easy.
Yeah.
Easy stuff, man.
What's next? Like, what are you thinking about when you're thinking about your acting career? How do you take what you're currently doing on social media and do, becoming an actress more in a different way? Because I feel like you're acting every day, but to movies, short form
That's
version.
a fact, boss. I'm acting in my own stuff. I'm creating it,
Yeah.
writing it, also acting in movies. I got started on social media was because I was in other people's videos. And I
Okay,
was
let's
learning
go. Talk about this
how
while
it
you're
was
doing your
made.
squats. Give me 6 of them. You talk about it. Tell me.
Okay, I was learning how the videos were made,
Come on, keep going.
and then now I'm trying to be in more movies, so I learned how movies are made.
Down, come on.
Because I want to create my own movies,
Okay, got it.
direct them,
Yeah.
star in it, and I feel like it's not that far off, because some of my peers
Yeah.
that I came up with are making their own movies too.
Okay, got it. Down. Up. Good, drop it. I owe you a set. You can ask me a question. I'm gonna give you 10 real quick. Let's go.
So you know that little thing in your head?
Yeah.
What makes that thing tick?
My head, complacency. I don't like to be complacent. I don't like the idea of standing still and steady. I'm constantly looking for more movement, not just in the gym, but just my life.
Yeah.
I want to become as successful as I can possibly be, but I want to inspire the youth, So you're the boss now. You gotta come up with something for me to do that's different than what I just had you doing all these exercises.
Okay.
So,
All right, great. So I guess I'm the teacher and you're my young grasshopper. How about this? Being a content creator is all about speaking to your audience.
Okay.
So I want you to make something inspiring.
all right, cool, I got it.
While you do it, can I move the camera in for energy?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, this is going up somewhere?
You want me to put this on the internet?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put this on the
I got
internet.
it.
You're the judge. Hey, I basically came to tell you today, you better get up off the couch. You better stop making excuses and go and get this shit done. I don't know what's going on with this camera movement. It's kind of throwing me off. But no matter when life throws you obstacles and puts things in your face, what I want you to do is I want you to stay focused. Because remember, no one's coming to save you. And that's exactly what this message is. Get off your ass and go get it done.
You heard the man!
All right. That was,
Wow.
What do you think about this?
Let's see it. It's crazy.
All right, here we go. Hey, I basically came to tell you today that nobody's coming to save you. You better get up off the couch. You better stop making excuses and go and get this shit done. I don't know what's going on with this camera movement. It's kind of throwing me off. But no matter when life throws you obstacles and puts things in your face, what I want you to do is I want you to stay focused. Because remember, no one's coming to save you. 1 to 10. And that's exactly what this message is. Get off your ass and go get it done.
You heard the man! Wow, holy shit!
You feel like I got it?
That's the fucking one.
That shit was phenomenal.
Yeah, in your face bar you dropped? Holy shit.
Now we got a whole nother thing I got for you. So I got some rapid fire questions for you. We're gonna do back lunges.
Okay, wait, 1 sec. Like my hands will give up before my legs.
Don't worry
I'm a
about
big,
it.
big
I got
pussy.
this chalk.
What the hell is that?
It's called chalk.
What the hell is that?
Watch this. Just rub it together.
Why does it look
Rub
fuzzy?
it together. Now watch this.
Whoa!
That's amazing.
Oh, give me more. Can I have more?
All right, let's see. Just a little bit more. I don't want you to do something you're not supposed to do with this. I want 1-word answers.
I'll give it my all.
Yeah, you have to. We have no choice.
Ah!
Who do you create for?
My friends.
What holds your attention?
Nothing. I have crazy
No,
ADHD.
one answer.
ADHD.
What
Nothing.
makes young Hannah proud of you?
Cats. Wait.
IG or TikTok? One answer. IG or TikTok?
IG.
What's been hard?
Everything.
What's been easy?
Everything.
That's bullshit. What gives you peace?
My bed.
Solo content or collabs? You're never alone.
Collabs.
What makes you smile, boss?
My friends. And
Boss.
cats.
Last book you read?
Zubiquity by Dr. Natterson Horowitz.
That's not one word. Passion outside of content creating.
Cats.
Cats. Got it. Good job. I'm proud of you. That was actually amazing. How did that feel though?
Felt
Honestly,
good.
The lunges felt good, but what about the grip?
The sickest thing ever.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Let's go to this next segment.
Dude,
That
you
was
just
cool.
left me hanging.
I
Like,
left us to go, all right,
Wow.
on some real stuff. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Okay.
So, you know what this is? I do this. I'm pretty fast. What's your name?
Hannah,
Anna. Okay. I'm boss.
snail,
Oh.
got your ass.
All right, well, you're going to see who get to
Okay, yeah, right.
on set.
Ready, set.
She almost fell. She almost fell. That was the easiest goddamn race I ever had.
Smoked your ass. Smoked you. No, that was not close.
you know, it almost
You
fell off my
almost
shoe.
fell.
My
You
shoe
almost
basically
fell.
fell off.
Spill.
One more, run
Ain't
it back.
No more. No more. That was easy. And that was so
That was
easy.
pretty close.
Smoked your ass. Nothing about that was close. Just
Yeah, it was.
FYI. It's been a great day.
Yeah.
An amazing day. You know, kicked your ass in the race.
Barely.
Barely.
Yeah, barely.
Multiple angles. Just so you know, I have a
No, we
hairline
were neck
fracture.
and neck for a little bit. It was a horse race. Like I said earlier, it was basically like Seabiscuit. I was right there. I got you next time.
Probably-
Give me a week.
Probably won't be a next time. This segment where I like to sit down, this moment of conversation is more around like the gyms in the gym, right? You just became my sweat sister today, I like to say. But it's the gyms in the gym. You have accomplished so much in your life. And, you know, it was a big pivot. There was this big moment where you were in medical school and then you turned into creator, influencer. How did your family view that? Like, was that difficult? Because, you know, the aspiration to go being a doctor to now being an influencer, how was that adjustment?
At first, I had like a pretty good, I would say, alibi because I was a student athlete doing all the science things. And, you know, we'd have 5 a.m. practice. I'd wake up at 4 a.m. and then labs. And I'd be studying till all night. And I really didn't have a life during college. And so when I took that year off to study for the MCATs, that's when I fell into creating content. And at first, it was like, I'm just going to make enough money to, you know, afford medical school. And my family was okay for the first year, you know, thinking, okay, she's just taking a year off, that's it. But then the next year went by and they're all so confused, like, what is my daughter doing? She's just making silly videos. This is insane. And honestly, 13 years have gone by. My mom finally gets it, but my dad's still like, I don't know what the fuck my daughter does.
But you're provided for yourself a great life. Do you see it beyond what your medical career could have been? Like you're still in helping people, but just in a different way.
I mean, I've had people come to me and say, hey, your content has made me so happy. It's gotten out of some of the darkest times in my life. And that's just kind of another reason why I do it.
How did you feel when you were announced one of Forbes' top creators?
I was walking through have you done that hike, the hidden hike in Calabasas?
Yeah, the stairs.
Yeah, I was up there when I found out, and it was
Calabasas
just
stairs is what they call it.
Yes. I was up there, and I got the call, and I thought it was just going to be like a little article, you know. I didn't really know the depth of it and how big of an honor it was at the time. But yeah, I mean, the feeling's amazing. I truly just wake up every day like so grateful that I get to do what I get to do, and I really truly can't believe it.
And you were talking earlier, you foster animals, you're a cat lady kind of. You say you just had 13 cats at the house the other day, but would you consider yourself an animal person or a cat person?
I would say animal person.
Okay.
I mean,
You're not a cat lady.
I am a cat lady.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
I mean, a week ago, I had 13 cats. That's
Okay.
crazy. And I feed the crows.
Okay.
I foster dogs.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't know this, but my godmother was Jane Goodall, animal activist. She's done amazing things for the endangered species and chimpanzees in particular. You know, I grew up with her and going on her book tours, and she's always advocating for animals. And I think that's just like been deeply ingrained in me.
I love that. Yeah. And so when you think about the next chapter of your life, of the next generation, how do you want to inspire the youth, or the people that are watching you, beyond just the content, but like the level up, like what you're doing, what's the next chapter look like for you?
I've always said this from when I first started, is I've always wanted to bridge that gap between digital and traditional. And when I started 13 years ago, so many people were looking down on what I was doing, which was making silly videos on the internet. And they'd, kind of downgrade it a lot. And I feel like after 13 years, I kind of feel finally starting to bridge a little bit. I feel like it's not quite there, but I want to put my hands in many different things. I want to create movies. I want to create shows, and yeah, make everybody laugh.
Yeah. To the creators that are watching you, what advice would you give them to continue to reach their milestones of growth?
I always say this. I feel like discipline is the first thing every creator needs to have, because I do see a lot of creators have one video that's great and then, they fall off the wagon and they try to come back, and it's just the momentum isn't there. And I feel like in social media, momentum is everything.
Do you feel like when you meet people out in, public versus who you are behind the camera, those two people are the same?
It's tough to say, because I don't really do like day in the life vlog style things. So a lot of people don't know my like deep rooted personality, because it's very sketch like what I do. So I feel like a lot of people are very shocked when they first meet me, because they always think maybe it's something else that they're gonna get.
When you think about your life, what's serious?
I feel like within the last couple years, I stopped taking things serious. And I actually just had a conversation with a friend, like, I feel like I need to dial in and be serious about more things.
Yeah. I think there's a special thing to not take things so serious. Life is already complicated. Why are we going to complicate it even more?
Yeah. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah.
I know you said that you want to star in your own films, you want to produce them, but is there somebody that you would want to do a movie with?
You bet.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
I love her so much. She's also Greek. I was grounded a lot growing up, and I had one of those box TVs where I didn't have cable. I only had 2 DVDs, which was Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and Friends. And that's all I watched. And Jim Carrey and Jennifer Aniston are both my idols. And honestly, either one of them, I would love to do something with them.
It's very great. By the way, I didn't know you were Greek. You just threw that out there.
Yamas Malakas. I have the Greek flag in my bio.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, what research did you do, man?
Yeah, I did a lot of research.
Not that.
Yeah, no, I missed that one. Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I think this has been an amazing day. You did some amazing things. You taught me how to make some great content.
Hey, and you kind of turned me into a centaur.
Not yet.
Almost.
But I am very thankful that you came on here and spent some time with me today. I got to learn a lot about you. And I'm looking forward to continue to see you grow. This whole show is about, like I told you, around boss moves, right? From one thing to the next. This is more around the mindset of movement and how our energy perceives us, right?
Even in my content, I can't shoot if I'm having a bad day, or if I'm shooting with someone that has negative energy. It always exudes. Yeah. Yeah. So let's keep that good energy up.
Let's keep it up. I'm gonna actually get up out of here real quick. You can stay here.
Okay.
Just chill. Nah, for real though, I'm out. No. Come on, let's go.